guys doing?
Good morning to you.
Elandon, I'm not sure if you're on social media, but almost from the moment that this was announced that you're coming to the Raiders and Raiders fans, there are all these videos being posted about you just knocking people down, being physical. Are you cognizant on the field of what that physicality can mean to your team, to the stadium, and everything else in terms of momentum and how fired people are?
Yeah, most definitely. I think it just sends a message, how and what style of ball we want to play and whatnot. But at the same time, I think being physical and being that type of player, you have to take into account that teams know that. So, when you're a downhill guy, you might deal with a lot of play action, a lot of bootlegs. They try to, kind of slow you down by doing draw plays and stuff like that. So you just got to be cognizant of that also in your game. Trust me, I love my superpowers, but just like anybody, your superpowers can get you in trouble if you don't understand when to use them and when not to use them. And man, I'm going on year 10, so I've been blessed to be able to experience the positive and the negative with it and whatnot. But one thing about me, I'm gonna set that tone. So we're gonna have some fun out here, Raider Nation.
Elandon, just what attracted you here? What attracted you to Las Vegas, and what conversation did you have with Pete Carroll in terms of his vision for your role here?
Well, to answer your first question, this the Raiders. What wouldn't attract anyone to the Raiders? Just the foundation that was set, with this organization way back even before my time, and whatnot. But also, I'm a guy that I like to earn everything, So what me and Coach talked about was just keep that between me and Coach. I'd rather go out there and earn it. And the first side of that is earning it from a standpoint of getting in the building, earning my coach's trust, earning my teammates' trust, earning the organization trust, and then from that point, what I do in the building and being able to, bring that product to Sundays, I'll eventually earn, the city of Vegas and the Raider Nation trust, and hopefully I get you guys trust so y'all don't beat me up too much.
Landon, Robert Spillane a couple years ago made the same jump, same position, Steelers to Raiders, and had his best years here. Is there something about the Steelers culture that just probably translates well to being a Raider, and what goes into that?
I don't know, man. I just think it's a coincidence. I started off in New England. That's where Robert is now. So, maybe me and Rob need to talk a little bit, man, and just get acquainted with each other and whatnot. But, man, one thing about Spillane, he's a great inside linebacker in this league, man. It was a reason why, he was able to do the things he was able to do here. And it's a reason why he was able to, obviously do what he's doing for AC. I wish him nothing but the best and whatnot. So.
Elandon, I know you overlap with Rob Leonard down in Miami when you were there. I know he's not your Rob Leonard, defensive line coach.
Oh, okay.
I know he wasn't your position coach, but did that familiarity help just having some continuity on that side of the ball?
Yeah, most definitely. Me and Robbie was real close. Me and PG, he never been my actual coach, but it's like right when I got to New England, he left. Right when I got to Miami, he left. Me and Brian Flores is real close, not just as a coach player, but as we have a big, brother to brother relationship. I really look up to him. So, him and Pat Brown relationship and how he feels about PG. It felt like I always knew PG, and stuff like that. I have familiar faces from the side of, one of the assistant linebacker coach, Todd. He was with me in Miami also. KJ, he was the D-line. He's assistant D-line coach. He was with me in Miami and whatnot. So it's definitely some familiar faces and stuff like that brings some when you go into a new spot, you don't know nobody, so you're really not really that comfortable, so you gotta get to know everybody. So, knowing some people in the building, brings a certain just calmness, but at the same time, my job is to get with everybody in the building, learn their name, learn their faces, get to know all my teammates, because day, you know, it's like when you're in a marriage, you know, it's two people trusting each other. But offense, defense, and special team it's a whole different level on that field at one time, trusting each other. So I gotta be able to get the trust of my teammates, and that starts when obviously OTA started. You know, I'm gonna today hit up all the inside backers and a few other people on the defense, you know, just to introduce myself and just to, you know, open my line up right away and not waiting until OTAs and stuff like that, because that's what it takes to get the goal that we want to get accomplished.
You played for two coaches that are probably headed to the Hall of Fame already, Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick. Now you're coming to Pete Carroll, and that kind of speaks for itself as well. What do you anticipate with Pete, and especially with your history of some pretty prestigious head coaches?
When you say,
You know, in terms of working with him and what you're anticipating from him, what your impressions are of him already coming into the situation.
I think, man, one thing about Pete, man, I think he has a big personality, not just as a football coach, but as a person. And it was exciting meeting him. It was exciting talking to him when I was able to talk to him Wednesday. But just meeting him, feeling his energy, you know what I'm saying, feeling his personality, you know that it's genuine, you know, and you're never gonna hear anything negative about Pete Carroll, you know, and stuff like that. Me and him has to obviously, you know, we just met each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna grow our relationship, and we're gonna become, you know, I wanna become one of his go-to guys and stuff like that, side-by-side guys. But that comes with being accountable. That comes with holding myself accountable on and off the, I'm talking, when I say accountable, I'm talking about myself. That comes with holding myself accountable on and off the field at a certain standard. That comes with making sure, like I said, that I'm at the standard that we need to be and above and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a great relationship and stuff like that. But like I said, just meeting him for the first day, man, you can tell just through his energy, through how he talks, through how he walks in the building, and everyone just stopping their energy and their aura when they speak to him, that he's a great leader.
And then you spoke about Patrick Graham a lot there, but what about his scheme excites you as a linebacker to get into work with him?
Yeah, it's some familiar with the scheme, because obviously, you know, some places that PG was, it was the same scheme and stuff. I'm pretty sure that it might change up a little bit. Schemes defensively change up all around the league, even with defense coordinators. Obviously, Pat Brown been here. I'm pretty sure he's changed up, and his scheme since he's been here, because offense is changing and stuff like that. So, but I think his base standard of how he do things and whatnot, I think that, you know, just my early years of being in the Brian Flores systems and stuff like that and whatnot, I think the familiarity is very similar but different in their own way.
You played the Raiders a few times when you were in Miami and last year with the Steelers. Who are some players on this team now that you can look at that you're really excited to play with and that are really going to maximize on the roster?
It's kind of crazy you asked that question, because I was talking to someone before I walked in here, and I was like, man, I didn't play against the Raiders in the stadium the last 4 years in a row. I played 2 years in Miami here, and I played 2 years with the Steelers here and stuff like that. And you know, a lot of people that the Raiders have that was so good that I played with before. I played with Christian Wilkins. I played with Adam Butler. I played with Jacoby Myers in New England and stuff like that. So it's just exciting to be a part of the organization. To be honest with you, it's exciting to be able to get around all these guys and work with them. Because one thing I do know is I can get up here and be like, man, it's gonna be very exciting to work with Max. Like that's a shoe in. But what about the guy that may the role player that may be just making the play that we need to win the game? You know what I'm saying? Maybe a guy that that you guys don't depend on, and you guys might not, you know what I'm saying, highlight, but that we know what they do day in and day out, that now they get that opportunity to show who they are as not just their name, but who they are for the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'd be excited about. I love when people have stories like that and whatnot. So that's why I'd be excited to just not work with the big names, but everyone in the building, because everyone has a role, and it takes all the roles to win a championship.
You know, you and your family have always been pretty big in the community in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
how excited are you to kind of bring that element to here to Las Vegas then?
Man, I think the stuff you do outside of football is very important. Obviously, my wife is here with me today. You know, when we have a chance, we're gonna definitely get involved in that aspect because, you know, as a football player, you know, our platforms, we looked at it in a certain way, you know, and we're very blessed. But at the same time, you know, we're all servants of each other. So as much as I can get out there and serve others, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's near and dear to my heart. So that would definitely be definitely something that we'll get to in a timely fashion.
If you look at the roster, it's pretty much young players in that linebacker room right now, 1 year, 2 year guys. How important is it for you not only delivering on the field on game day, but being a mentor to guys like that on non-game days?
It's very important. It's very important. That's why I say today, I'll be making sure I create a group message with some guys, introducing myself and stuff like that, because it's very important. You know, they're young. It's not, you know, it doesn't mean because you're young that you can't do great things for organization. I'm just talking about from a standpoint of showing them like, hey man, look, just because I'm in year 10, I don't have all the answers. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna take it one day at a time, and we're gonna put a product out there that, you know what I'm saying, not just the organization, but the city of Las Vegas can respect.
You mentioned coming to year 10. What do you think it is about your process, whether it's the off season or during the game week, that's allowed you to play this long and this long?
Not taking it for granted. Not taking your opponents for granted. Not taking what you do for granted. Not taking your teammates, your coaches, the relationships, even the relationships you did build with the media for granted, because it all reflects on you and stuff like that. And one thing about myself, my dad's a military guy. So I'm very structured, I'm very to the point. You know, up here right now, y'all might be like, you don't look like a fun guy, you know, I don't know. You might just want to talk football all day, but it's not that. It's the standpoint. It's a time and place for everything. If we don't keep the main thing, y'all gonna tear me up. it's just a part of it. But it's not that I'm pinpointing you guys or just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing you guys have a job to do. Obviously, y'all want to see the organization have a good product out there each Sunday. You know, so it's my job to make sure that I hold myself to that standard to be able to do that, and that's why I don't cheat the process. You know, I haven't missed an OTA not one of my years of being a pro, and I obviously knew the defenses. I haven't missed a training camp. I do right by my body. I make sure that I'm always the first one in the building, because that standard that's kept, I have to show, because I am in year 10, so I have to lead by example. Even if you know, we all wake up in the morning and be like, man, I'm tired. But it is what it is. You know, once I hit them doors, you're gonna think I got the best energy in the building, because at the end of the day, it's about winning. And as long as we can bring that mentality and make that mentality throughout the whole organization, then hey, you know what I'm saying, we heading in the right direction.
You find a little bit of a funny irony in the fact that your one career pick six did come against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Damn. I need to add some more in this stadium, but against the different people, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm off to a good start, man. I'm already scoring touchdowns in the stadium, man. You know, so yeah, that was crazy though. How long was it?
85 yards.
Yeah, so I can take the distance. I'm telling you, I can take the distance. You know?
All right, guys.
Real quick, curious on your thoughts on Geno Smith, new quarterback here with the Raiders. I'm not sure if your paths have crossed at all, but if so, what are your impressions of him?
I'm very excited about Geno. Very excited about it. I don't know him from a personal standpoint, but I know him from a preparing for him and whatnot. And trust me, preparing for him was not easy. You know, we was really dialed in, because we know not just the player, but the leadership he brings to offense and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't know him from a personal standpoint, but I'm very excited to work with him as a teammate. I'm very excited to have him as our quarterback. And like I said, just like everyone on the team, I look forward to getting to work with him.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.